Hey everybody, BeyondDrewTV here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to LunaWood. It's been a little bit because that's what we do around here. But yeah, we're finally back here. So yeah, today I'm joined by Mr. Fisherman. Hello, Fisherman.
Hello.
Mr. SDanWolf. SDan.
What's up?
What's up? And Mr. Mate Jake. What's up, mate?
Hello guys, what's up?
There we go. So yeah, we're missing actually kind of like the other half of the original there, but HPK is in Manhattan today. We were kind of doing roll call for recording today, and he sent us a picture of Times Square, and he was like, "Sorry, can't make it." We're like, "Oh, I guess you can't." So, but yeah, no, it looks like he's having an awesome time downtown there and everything. So yeah, hopefully he enjoys that. But yeah, we're just gonna kind of keep recording there. But yeah, so welcome back to LunaWood, everybody. We're gonna go ahead and take a look at some stuff that I did, some stuff that SDan did there. But so yeah, without further ado, I'll kind of move on forward there. We're gonna go ahead and look at SDan's stuff first. So if you want to kind of talk about, I guess, what you did over here.
Yeah,
over here, yonder way.
It was one of those deals where the whole time I was looking at the park in general, it was just so empty over in front of the log flume area. So we knew we needed something to kind of tie it in with the rest of the park, because it just kind of floated out there on its own, and now it has its own kind of like its own area here. So we've got the restaurant. It's got like a quick service restaurant. You kind of it's swak hammers. You can walk up and you know, just grab something pretty quick. And we also have Uncle Buck's 4D Theater, which you guys might not even know this, but that I had actually built that for a park years ago. It was, what was that park? I don't even remember the name of it. It was the sister park to Wilderness Springs, Geyser Springs. Yeah, Geyser Springs, and that is where Uncle Buck's originally came from. Of course, I've done a little bit of tweaking to it here, and but yeah, I thought it would look cooler to have like it a little bit tiered, a little bit higher than the rest of the area. So got this set of steps in. And swak hammers was a actually, Drew, you turned me on to that. Remember a few months ago when we were really into the detailed model train buildings?
Oh yeah, right.
That is from that. That was a model.
Oh,
on
awesome!
There. Yeah, that was a model on there that I saw one day, and decided to copy it. But in this iteration, we've kind of made it like a quick service type grill. You know, just burgers, hot dogs, macaroni and cheese. You know, just quick type of like American adventure type stuff.
Right.
But I wasn't sure how you guys were gonna kind of react to this. I didn't know if it was too much in the grand scheme of Luna World, or you know, I just didn't know. I didn't know if I had taken it too far with this little area.
I remember you you messaged that, and I think the only thing that I had pushback with, and I think everyone kind of agreed, and I did take some of them out, was rocks. There was like an entire rock wall over right here, and it like, you know, otherwise it would look fine, but like for quote unquote budgetary, sure, we're like, we'll remove 1 or 2 or 4 of the rocks. So that's like literally the only thing I did. But other than that, it actually fits the area, I think, really well. And great use of a crazy amount of pieces over here that actually fit in really, really well. So,
but rocks are cheap.
Yeah, one of the biggest things was just to keep the gondolas from hitting Uncle Buck's roof and swak hammer's roof, and so that was probably the weirdest thing about this, is trying to make sure that is close enough to the path and low enough to the gondolas aren't crashing into them. But now that it's finished, they do look pretty cool, kind of just barely passing over the roof areas.
Oh yeah. I love and I think we mention it every single episode since we've been kind of over in this area, but I can't wait to show the addition behind here because it gives just the best skyline with all of this little your new plaza and stuff over here. So something else I also added, and you can't really see it too well, and that's kind of the point, is actually I added the show building for the 4D theater. So I figured the idea would be guests would go in through the doors here, and then there would be a little, I kind of hit it with trees, there'd be a little corridor between the regular building and then into your 4D theater actual show building.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing I added.
Yeah, because that's kind of like what Pirates Revenge and Pirates Voyage has. Like the new one in Pigeon Forge, they've got like the staging building, kind of like where you have to wait before they have everything ready. Then they open the doors and you kind of make your way into the show building. So,
exactly.
Yeah, they've got like a little holding area with memorabilia and, all kinds of decorations and stuff on the walls. And you're kind of waiting for them to let you into the big stage area.
Right, exactly. So, no, dude, yeah, you knocked it out of the park with this. I think it fits really well with, obviously you did the, kind of zoomed in. You did the, Break Rock Falls over here, so this is kind of, this whole end section is kind of your cap off, I would say, and, no, this whole area just ties in really, really well there, so, really great job with all this.
Yep, that just, that finished it off. Like I said, it was so disconnected to the rest of the park. Over on that side, so now we are a little bit more cohesive through here. You could see, like, You could definitely visualize it now, like all kinds of, kids running up those stairs, out of the Uncle Buck's Theater letting out, and then everybody running over to Break Rock Falls. Like, this whole little area would just be buzzing back here now.
Exactly. Yep, exactly. So, and then you have a good little cutoff point right here to move on to the next area. So, but yeah, so then from there, you kind of started to have some lag and some frame rate issues here in LunaWood there. So, you were kind of getting frustrated, understandably so, and you're like, you guys take it back, get it out of here.
Yeah.
And from there, I actually took over the park. So you got this awesome section done, and then everything from here on out, I went ahead and did. So yeah, as we back up here, I'll take you guys on a little tour. Yeah, kind of added onto your plaza here and just kind of continued it on. So we have a new locker section. That's what's underneath this roof right here. This is the same lockers that we have at the front of the park, except we modified them a little bit, and we modified the ones at the front of the park too to be lower. I think it was either Mate or Fish or all of you guys kind of noted that. Let me get down here. These lockers were a little bit tall, but yeah, here's some new lockers here for them.
Yeah, that's a good shot through there. Awesome.
The Christmas lockers.
The Christmas lockers, exactly. Yeah, the green and red. It's our Christmas lockers. And then we have a nice little fountain centerpiece here. And yeah, like you noted here, I took a few pictures from this angle here, because just having everything in the background with the gondolas, the tower, and your plaza and everything, it all ties in very, very well right through this area.
Yep.
So we have that, and then, oh yeah, before we get too far into it, I want to talk about the excessive amount of gulpy signs everywhere. The idea is that, and we're going to start to do this around the entire park. Fish, you've started to do this, I know, because you have the park now. We want to have this idea that since this is an older area of the park, for it to be sponsored by a company. So in this case, we're going to keep the Planet Coaster universe alive and well. So we figured that the park would contact Gulpy to be like, hey, do you want to sponsor Break Rock Falls and the plaza area just outside of it, pay for maintenance costs and maybe any small additions or whatever, and then we'll slap your name on everything and everywhere in return. And that's what they have here. So you see this in real parks a lot. My inspiration came from Cedar Point. Just had the big Cedar Point trip with the Bro Nation and everything, and there you see Coca-Cola and Starburst, whatever, just like all over the park. So I kind of wanted to do the same thing here. So that's that idea. And then we come over to this area over here. This is also kind of a complete rip from Cedar Point. This is from their Frontier Town area. They have a like panning for actually Estan, you kind of started to set this up, and then just kind of played off well to have like a pan for gold area here for like kids to come up here.
Yeah, you all finished this off. I would have never finished the whole little area off like this, and it looks awesome. Just, you see these things a lot around like Dollywood, around the Pigeon Forge area. At the island at Pigeon Forge, they have one of these, and inside Dollywood, they have a couple little pan for gold places, and the kids, they just love, obviously they love these, and I figured it would be another good little forefront area to Break Rock Falls. So, but the little town you guys did looks awesome.
Right, and that's the little addition that from Cedar Point that I had taken inspiration from our recent visit. Is they had set up a few of these little areas where they don't do anything really. These lights light up at nighttime, but other than that, it's just a place for kids to kind of play maybe bank robbers and sheriff or whatever. Just kind of run around, and the parents can kind of sit down, take a load off this area, get some nice shade in the afternoon. You get some nice views of Pioneer in the background, but just a little play area for the kids overall. That's not a ride or not a full-on attraction or whatever, but just a little side attraction there. So, so there's that little area there. And then behind it, we'll kind of touch on it as we go around the buildings, but we did do backstage for the whole thing. You have the little stilts there, holding up as it is just, again, it's just a facade, just walls with stuck-on windows and doors and stuff. So it's not an actual building. There's that. We have these, I know it's nothing big, we have these light poles, and I actually uploaded this light pole onto the workshop, so if anyone wants that, you can get it. And I really like this. I'm going to show this off real quick. I don't think enough people use this, but we're always talking about needing more foliage in the game. These little bushes right here are from, I don't know if they're from a pack, maybe the World's Fair pack, but they're actually the little vase plants there, just kind of sunk into the ground.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So I don't...
Yeah, I love to use them.
So I'm not sure what those are from.
I think those are World's Fair.
Yeah, I think so.
You said you like to use them,
Yeah,
mate?
I love them.
Can you tell?
Yeah, they're great. They're a small little plant that they're very versatile, So there is that, and then some more little stalls and everything. Again, just I'm going to keep probably touching on it because my entire build, like I came back from Cedar Point, and then SDan had to hand the park over, and I was just like, good, because I have all the inspiration for building. But yeah, I wanted to put in a frick ton of these stalls because that's what I noticed a lot in Cedar Point is just everywhere you turn, there was like a small stand, a small stall, you name it.
I love the little root beer
to sell
stall.
you something. Oh, it's great. Yeah, this is Fish. You made this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the giant cowboy.
Yes, with the 9-foot tall cowboy.
All my employees are at least 6 feet tall. So.
Yes, that's it. It's our standard practice for the company to only hire 6 foot tall and over. So we have that, and then we have our Stuff and Puff gift shop. I don't know where the name came from. I think I was playing too much Ghostbusters or something. I don't know. So that's just a little gift shop there.
You know what puff means in German?
Huh.
I think I can't say it on video, but it's like...
We might have to change the name now just for our German listeners or viewers. So there's the generic gift shop number 3.
There you go.
Instead. Yeah. So
Way
there's
better.
that. Right. We just have another little seating area. Again, taking from Cedar Point, that was the other thing, is on top of having stalls and like shops, little shops everywhere, seating is just almost like offensively everywhere, because like everywhere you turn, there's just more seating and more
I
trash
never
cans,
have
so-
enough
Yeah.
seating in any of my parks. Like I've noticed that ever since you guys came back and started posting all these vlogs. I'm like, man, I really leave out the seating a lot. And you're right, those little parks, they have little spots everywhere for you to sit.
Oh, dude, it's crazy. Yeah, And I posted on the Bro Nation Discord as we were there walking around, like, I was like, everyone needs to double the amount of seating in their parks this instance, because no one has enough seating. Anyone. So, but yeah, so that's like my number one thing that I've been doing in almost all my builds now is, if you're going for the realism, that is, is to add in more trash cans and more seating and, trying to fit in a lot more of these little stalls. And, thankfully, Fisherman and some others have made these awesome little, root beer and the cotton candy, these little stalls to throw everywhere. And those just really add to the area a whole lot.
One thing that I did in Kaleidoscope Piers is all of my raised planters, I sunk the ledge of them down to the height of a bench, and I hid, that flat adventure bench, the first one in the list.
Yes.
I hid them all the way around my planters, and so the peeps can sit on the edge of the planters, and that's a way to add more seating if you don't want to actually have benches everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great tip. Yeah, we did that for the front at the really, really big tree, and yeah, it looks really, really cool for them to sit on curbs like that.
It's just sometimes they sit with their legs on the inside of the tree.
Yeah, that's bad.
They just lose their legs. It's okay.
It's okay. It's a really fun tree to look at.
Right. Awesome. So as we move down, I just have these little, I don't know, I just kept building these small little modern lights that you can kind of throw around anywhere, so we can keep these here or we can move them. As you can see, I kind of walled this area off, generally just for the kitty area. We've touched on this before, but this is going to be the full-on kitty area back here. And Fish, I think you said you kind of wanted to take a stab at this area for your build too.
Yeah, I'm going to start working on that this week.
Awesome. So yeah, don't feel like you have to keep these here. I just kind of threw them down. But these are just kind of general planter lights, I guess, that we can use anywhere. So
Okay.
There's that. And then we have show off the backstage access right quick here. But here's a little backstage. Kind of threw down some of these light poles in the back here. Maybe they're busted or need to be worked on. Some of the picnic tables that they use up front here. Just general supplies if they need to bring them
That's
out.
cool. Extra trash
And
cans.
then, yeah, exactly. Maybe one was accidentally still full because someone was just lazy at night and they were like, screw it, I'm leaving it there. And then it got knocked down. I love this view up here now that you get as you exit Break Rock Falls, because not only do you get a great view of the coaster, but you get to look right down inside the backstage area. And I think that's just so jank theme park.
That's awesome.
Just to, you do all this stuff to hide it, and then you have this tall point right here to be like, oh yeah, look, and you have this guy like working on something, but yeah. Just little janky details.
Yeah, or like Chuck's
Chuck's
back there taking a smoke break. He's kind of mad because he wouldn't let him have next Saturday off, so he's kind of going to hide all day and not do anything.
It's so true, because when you come right down here, you're still taller than the
There he is, I see him.
Yeah, and you can see him still from the guest height.
Smoke
so if
break
he's back
Chuck.
there having a smoke, yep, you can just hear smoke break Chuck.
Not even supposed to
swearing up a
smoke in the
storm,
park
like,
anymore, but there he is.
No, all those chemicals in those barrels, and he's smoking right next to him.
That's funny.
Gotta love it. So perfect. And then we'll come back out here and continuing the Cedar Point vibes. This is literally a stall from Cedar Point that I saw it and I was like, yep, I'm building that in LunaWood. It's going. So, but yeah, this is just a little balloon stall. It could be it could be kind of switched out for anything. Probably more likely would be like a burger stand or something like that, because on the sides I stole the condiments from, I think HPK did these in his boardwalk build area, so probably switch that up. But yeah,
That's
this
cool.
is a little stall with a little seating area in the back there.
And it looks great at night.
Yes, I was gonna say we're gonna look at it at night real quick, because I took this inspiration from Mr. Mike Sheets N7 or whatever he's calling himself these days. He did in his Nagali, I think it was, he showed off this really depressing, let me do it from the back, it's a lot better from the back, this really depressing like fluorescent light color in that episode, and I went ahead and kind of took it, and these fluorescent lights and these chains are from the workshop, so just kind of hung those up, and yeah, we just have this really depressing fluorescent like greenish, whitish light back here.
Awesome.
So,
Yeah.
there.
What was
There we go with...
What was the coaster at Cedar Point you guys rode that had the yellow lights in the station?
Oh my gosh, I will never forget because it blinded me. It was this Cedar Creek mine ride.
Oh, we have to add that somewhere in the park.
Yes. For those of you that didn't see, I'll put a link for the Cedar Point vlog and like the boop right here. Basically, yeah, they had a bunch of these, and when I say a bunch, I mean a bunch. These kind of lights right here, all across the station, colored as bright yellow as you could. It was literally like the Matrix filter, but yellow. It was crazy. It was so bright. All right, and then I actually added one more thing. And I kind of half-butted it a little bit, so it needs some finishing touches if you get around to it or feel like it. But as we come around the corner, just added a pooper.
There you go.
There you go.
It was so hidden, I missed it.
It kind of does just blend back in, but big ups to the new Ghostbusters pack, because I love this brick here. I think this is the, I can't remember the name of it, the contemporary something wall set, but yeah, no, love that Ghostbusters pack.
I'm starting to throw little Ghostbuster things in here and there too, all over the place. I've noticed because just some of the like what they've done is they've finally given us like gritty wall pieces.
Yeah,
that I've begged for like 27 years.
Right, aged a little bit, yeah, and the fact that you can recolor the grout lines and stuff like that helps out a bunch.
Yep.
Another example of it, actually, I forgot I used this like retaining wall is from the new Ghostbusters as well, and I think it looks really nice as, again, like a retaining wall or a landscape block wall or something like that. Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of great little pieces from that pack.
The restroom has a...
but again...
I was going to say, the restroom has a nice, like, 70s cinder block look to it.
Exactly. Yep, and that's...
Like a skating rink or something would have inside.
Absolutely, 100%. So, but yeah, again, it's like I did the structure, but I didn't really do the surrounding area. So if you finish up and you want to finish it off, awesome. If not, I'll get back to it whenever I get the park back. So, but yeah, let me go ahead and do the annual. Whoa! Oh yeah, the Ghostbusters car is here just because I wanted to drive around LunaWood, and it was fun. It's not gonna like. We're not sponsored by Ghostbusters in the park or anything like that, so...
You should drive us around for the next trip report.
Oh my gosh, that would be really fun, wouldn't it? Done deal. So, but here's what we got done, and it's actually a lot. Like, this whole area, like as Stan was saying, like, it was... You gotta think, like, this was not here, and none of this was here, so we kind of capped off this whole little area of American Adventure. And yeah, no, this was a lot of progress was done for this episode.
Yep, finally, that whole area is coming together. Kind of worried me for a long time. I'm like, man, nothing is happening out at the log flume.
No, everyone was kind of like purposely like, let's build on the other side of the park because I had no idea. So, but yeah, no, it was a good cap, and yeah, kind of like once after Fish does the kiddie area right here, really, we've finished the American... If my mouse wheel would react, there we go. We finished the American Adventure area.
Yep. Which
is the more green area right back here. Where HP's Plaza is right there is kind of the cap on the west side. And SDan's log flume here is the cap on the east side there, and everything in the middle here is, yeah, all encompassed in the American Adventure. So really, yeah, that's it after the kiddie area is done.
Yep.
Cool.
Feels like we've been working on that for a while.
Oh, somebody still has to come up with a gondola station, too.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's gonna be...
yeah, mate.
Yeah.
That's Mate's project that he started a little bit ago.
This whole water district over here looks awesome.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh, thanks, guys. I still need to finish this stupid restaurant. It's just walls and windows. Speaking of which, when do I get the park again? It's been a while. Quite a while.
yeah, you could have it right after Fish.
That's a done deal.
Okay.
I take it.
All right.
Perfect. So, but yeah, we've been kind of talking about it a little bit. But yeah, Fisherman has had the park. You've had it for like a weekend or so about now. And you've been going through and, like we've said, kind of been adding in a lot of the like Gulpy and maybe some other quote unquote like sponsors for areas, and it's been looking really, really great.
And I finished off the boardwalk area. But we'll show that next time.
Yes.
I love your little
We'll show
main
that.
theater you guys have down there too. Like right when you first come in the park, that whole big massive theater building down there.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yep. And we try and I know I'm purposely keeping us outside of the parking lot and entrance plaza area. Because we're going to show some changes, hopefully next episode to that. But yeah, we try and keep it fresh. We got Uzuri on there. Uzuri. We got some KP, because we can't fit
Because we can't fit it
on there.
I actually tried. I went in there and I tried to make it fit, and I couldn't get it to fit.
No, there's no way.
It's like, can I abbreviate it? I don't know.
That's cool.
Right. So, but yeah, no, I can't wait to show off the stuff that Fish is doing, because it's a lot of what he's doing is just putting in the filler stuff, right? Like, I basically told him, like, go through and, like, just walk around the park and, notice details that we've missed, because it's gonna happen. So he's doing that, and then HPK has been slowly but surely working on the parking lot and the entrance plaza refurb. And then, we'll give the park to Mate after that, and Mate can either finish up his kind of dockside stuff, or maybe by then we'll be expanding into areas that aren't the American Adventure. So, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff to do for LunaWood, so a lot more episodes going to be coming out kind of soon there. So,
I just wish.
But yeah, let's go ahead and
I was just gonna say, I just wish that we could, if it wasn't for the lag, like imagine what we could do. And I was reading just yesterday, literally yesterday, there was people on there talking about like having 280 Ti's and i7 5600s, and even remember I was telling you guys about a week or two ago, I'm like, I gotta get a beefy computer together so I can play Planet Zoo, without this happening. But I'm just hoping with Planet Zoo and Planet Coaster 2 and all of this that, like, what's happening to us now, like, I don't have to begrudgingly, like, just give the park back to you guys, because I can't, it takes me like 4 minutes to bring up a menu screen.
No, that's no good.
That's what I'm saying. Just imagine what we could do if this was still, 40, 50 frames per second, and it was just like, just like a normal game that we play every day, And
we kind of found out through Kaleidoscope Piers, bouncing that back and forth between me, Fish, and a few other people, that Fish has I think we've talked about this before, but Fisherman has a way better computer in every sense of the word than I do. And yet, him and I both will get the exact amount of frames per second. Right. It doesn't matter. So
that's what I was reading yesterday. Yep. It like really doesn't matter. Like I said, the guy had a 280 Ti, and he was still getting like 14 frames per second.
So all that means is that it's not us that are limited, it's Planet Coaster that has limitations.
I think that is the consensus, that it is not necessarily your rig. Now, obviously, a little, better rigs help, but ultimately, once you get to this size, it's like, it is the limitation of the game. It's just, that's how it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and there's a lot of people throw around a lot of. I'm not really as tech savvy or whatever when it comes to this stuff, but people seem to think that there are a lot of solutions to kind of, in a sense, open the game up. Utilizing more cores and just all this different stuff. So I'm sure Frontier they're pretty good at their jobs. They know what they're doing there. It seems like. So it sounds like for Planet Zoo and Planet Coaster 2, they're really stripping down the Cobra engine, kind of tweaking it and redoing all the things that were limiting us here.
I think they know that this can't happen again. Like, they have to know that people are going to build 100,000 piece parks, and they're going to, like, that's going to happen. So before anything else is released, that has to be fixed, I think.
Yeah.
Yep, and I think it'll be definitely addressed. And, to the best of their ability and the best that we can get out there. Because any of these parks, if you start to get up there in the couple 100,000, sure, it's going to lag, but, this gets kind of crazy.
I'd like to know what, variables setup is, because that guy hardly ever seems to have much lag. I don't know.
He doesn't play in parks with much pieces.
Well, that's true too. Yeah, he does a lot of just one-off coaster
very
builds,
detailed, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you
lately, I think he's just been. Go ahead.
If you put 3 or 4 coasters with 10,000 pieces in the park, I think he will get lag too. And he doesn't use the graphic settings that high. He's on medium, and everything is toned down, and he does the really good-looking stuff. Reshade, yes.
Yep.
That's
He's putting out a lot of awesome reviews and videos lately. It's just the editing style that he has down and his reshade settings. It's just really cool lately. But yeah, I guess that's a topic for another day. But I just wanted to hit on that a minute. How I hated that I had to give LunaWood up so quick. But like I said, every time I'd click on the menu, and then you'd have to wait 8 or 9, 10 seconds for the menu to come up, and then you got to scroll for a wall piece, and then you click on the wall piece and you wait 5, 6 seconds. It's
right. No, that's no way to there's no enjoyment there. That's just work, and you shouldn't be working when you're trying to play a video game kind of thing. So. Well, I'm just hoping that, in the future, I don't know, hopefully it's not, you can build in the park again is kind of what I'm getting at. Hopefully this isn't the end of SDan's building time in LunaWood, because that can't be. Or maybe we can, I know that the lady, or I think it was, she had some issues in Koali Beach, and she built stuff with blueprints outside of it, and then, gave it to someone else, and we can import it into the park.
I still do have a gas station I need to give you. Remember that LunaWood gas station that I built?
Yeah, exactly. Yep, and that's part of the highway expansion going on behind us that we haven't quite showed off yet.
Sitting in my blueprints. Yeah, I need to get that over to you.
Right. Yep. So even if unfortunately, if it doesn't work out where you can get into the park at the moment, at least you can go that route and build us some blueprints, and we can bring them in. You tell us no, not there, you idiot, put it over there, and you direct us and stuff like that. So, but. Cool. Well, hey, do you guys have anything else to add about the build, or any future updates to LunaWood, or anything else going on?
I have one thing to say. SDan, did you do the lamps in your area with the bells?
Yeah, that was...
They are so great.
Yeah, I did those I needed those in that original water park that I did back in the day. I wanted a rustic type of lamp post. And that's kind of what I come up with. I just got 2 bells.
That's really smart.
Yeah.
Really smart.
And it gives that rusted housing, and then just plop the lamps up in there. I thought that worked out really, really cool.
Dude, nice. Your specialty in this game is literally taking any piece in any style and just using it, in a build. I don't know, even this crate right here and just sinking the flowers down. I would never think to do something like that. You know what I mean? You just take pieces and you just we're throwing them all at the wall and then we're gonna make it work.
For me, I
love the amount of different pieces.
It just seems like it always comes back to rustic for me. I always I want to do the contemporary modern stuff, but it always takes that rustic turn. I don't know. It just...
Hey, yeah, and that's your inspiration, because you got Dollywood right down the road from you, so that's that's what you get to pull from.
Yep.
So, cool. Well, hey, let's go ahead and we've jabbed these people's ears off enough there, so let's go ahead and send it on out of here.
We'll have to have Mate and Fisherman on a podcast with us so we can dive into this a little more.
Continue the conversation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Maybe. It would be. It would be. So, but there should be another episode of LunaWood, I would think, not too long from now. I'd say another week or two there. The big issue here with this last one is we've had this build done for probably about 2 or 3 weeks, but we've all just, it's hard to get, someone on European time and then 3 Americans or 4 Americans or whatever, all to collaborate at the same time. It's a difficult thing sometimes.
Oh yeah, it's all my fault.
Yep, it's all Mate's fault. Remember that.
And we didn't even plan out today. We were all kind of just sitting around, and Drew's like, "Hey, do you guys maybe just want to record here in an hour or two?" And everybody's like, "Well, yeah, I guess."
Yeah.
Yup.
But like, if we would have tried to
Except for
plan this
HPK.
out, if we would have said, "Let's record at 2:00 on Sunday and knock this out," none of us would be here right now.
Well,
I mean, it wasn't my fault.
literally
It
the
was
last
up
time-
last week.
No, it was my fault last week because literally we were about to record, and remember I had a thunderstorm or a lightning storm come through, and my power went out for like 2 hours. We were literally going to record.
Yep.
So that's my fault for living in the Midwest.
There you go.
So, but no, hopefully that doesn't happen again, and Fish is well along with his build, and point being, hopefully we'll have another episode out for you all. So yeah, be sure to comment down below. Let us know, what do you think about SDan's build there? What do you think about my little build here? And yeah, what do you just think about the progress in LunaWood overall? And yeah, if you haven't already, be sure to hit the subscribe button here and subscribe to SDan, Fisherman, and give Mate Jake a high five for being awesome, because he doesn't do YouTube, unfortunately.
Subscribe to Beautiful Gaming on YouTube.
So cool. Well, hey, have a good one, everyone. We'll talk to you later. You guys all say bye at the same time because we'll never get it singly. So everyone say it collectively at the same time. Go.
Okay,
Goodbye.
bye.
See you later, guys.
There it is.
See you next
Bye.
month.
Bye.